I am live. Hello, hello, hello to everyone that is joining in live, or maybe you're watching the replay, right? If you are new to the channel, I am the Queen of Credit. I have been branded that name and title because of my results in the credit and soon to be cash flow world, right? And so this is your 5 minutes of fame. Drop your city and state and say hello, right? The timer is ticking so I can give you a shout out, recognize you, and thank you for tuning in. So we got 4 minutes and counting. Going to have two topics of discussion tonight: what hyperinflation is, what Jerome Powell announcement means, uh, the Feds, what they're doing, and also people that have to use credit, right, to pay rent or debt to pay rent. Hello, Jesus from the Philippines, aka California. Hello, Jesus. Make sure you all also hit the thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, hit the thumbs up as well and share this on your page. Periscope, show some digital love. Tap those heart and invite and share with your followers. Hello, Jacqueline. Thanks for tuning in. We have Vicky from Florida, San Antonio, Texas. What a beautiful, beautiful city is joining in. Mr. Suave 99 from Florida. It's been a while. Glad you are able to catch my live stream tonight. Kia from Detroit. I've been hearing a lot of things about Michigan. Hope everything is going well in Detroit, aka Detroit, Michigan, the 313. We have Martin in from Michigan as well, right? Hello from Chicago, the Windy City, right? Home of the Bulls. Also, I have a lot of family in Chicago. Hello, Talisha from Crystal Springs, Mississippi. Talisha Miles, think I know you. If you're Mr. Miles' daughter, then I do know you. Know your father, great influence, and if that's your father, right? Influence and educator out of Crystal Springs, Mississippi. So glad to have you tuning in as well. Also, make sure if you are watching on YouTube, as we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds and counting, that you hit the thumbs up and notify people that I am live so they can tune in. Toledo, Ohio, welcome into the Credit and Cash Flow Room. South Carolina, blessings to you as well. Peace and shalom. South Carolina's in the house. Martin says, see how, yeah, Detroit is repping. Detroit, the 313 is in the house. Yeah, Kia, 1977. All right, we got Charlotte, North Carolina in the house, right? Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Brooklyn, New York is in the house. Another person on Facebook from the area or from the CS, Crystal Springs, Mississippi, as we have 1 minute and counting, 30 seconds. Drop your city and state or just come in the room and say hello, right? As we get ready to educate you all as exactly where the economy is headed. The Fed Chairman Jerome Powell just announced a major policy shift. A major policy shift. So, what exactly does that mean for you? We are keeping our eye on the economy. We have another Texonia in the house as well. Hello from Texas. Thanks for tuning in. 55 seconds. Make sure you all are sharing the broadcast so that more people can come in and receive a notification that I am live, right? Spiritual Man is in. We got a North Carolina on Periscope and a South Carolina, right? I'm tuning in on Periscope. Periscope, thank you so much for tuning in, and share this to your broadcast, or tap some heart, show some digital love, and share this right with your followers. Invite them in. I am desperately trying to build my Periscope channel as well. So we're at 5, 4, 3, 2, and time, right? So that's the 5 minutes of fame. Let's get into the topic. And so if you're watching this on the replay, you still can come in, drop your city and state, say hello, let me know what area you are from, right? So I can know what's the hottest news in your state. But right now, this is a national issue. First topic that I'm going to immediately dive into is the Fed's new policy framework. If you don't know who the Fed is, that's the federal IRS, federal entity, the Federal Reserve, that controls not only your taxes, right? How much you're taxed out of your paycheck, how much more of the money that you keep, but also controls the economy, right? So here are a few things to know about the Federal Reserve's new strategy for achieving maybe stable prices for maximum employment, right? They say this is a landmark policy shift announced today on Thursday. Today's date is Thursday, August 27th. So what's the new strategy? It put more weight on the laboring market and less worry about inflation that is too high. Now, this article, the news report that inflation is too high. So what is inflation? Inflation is rising of your goods and services, right? Everyday goods and services, increase in pricing, right? So that's inflation. That's inflation. So increase in pricing, and due to the natural disaster of even the hurricane today hitting many parts of Lake Charles, that portion of Louisiana, you may be expected to see a rise in gas prices at your pump as a result, right? And so looking or calling for full employment, the new policy pledges that the United States Central Bank, will make policy decisions based off shortfalls, right? The shortfalls from full employment, meaning a lot of people are furloughed or laid off. So this new language signals that the Fed will continue to try to combat unemployment that is too high. So what do you have when there's high unemployment and increasing in high pricing? Is combined together, and it's called hyperinflation. If you've been following me for any amount of time this year, I were informing people by the fall, between August and September this time, you're going to see hyperinflation, an increase in unemployment, increases in prices, and that you will also see a credit crisis, right, through a new system, making it harder for you to get cheap debt, right, harder for you to get cheap debt through FICO 10. So the new strategy incorporates average inflation targeting, under which the Fed will aim to make up for periods when inflation was too low by allowing periods when inflation is too high, right? Over time, inflation would average about 2% a year. So what does all this mean for the economy, right? Under the old framework, a drop in unemployment to super low levels was treated as an early warning sign for unwanted inflation or unwanted price increase, right? But that never happened. Before this pandemic hit, the United States unemployment rate had fallen to near 50-year lows, right? 50-year lows. There was no sign for an inflation surge or increase in pricing. But this new framework takes that lesson into account, leveraging room for the Fed to keep the policy loose, even as unemployment increases. So how does it work? Since inflation has been around 2% for years, the strategy signals that the Fed policymakers won't even think about raising interest rates until inflation shoots or overshoots, right, their 2% goal for some time period. So what that means is debt will continue to stay cheap, right? The Fed won't be raising interest rates on FHA loan, mortgage loans, investing loans for some time now, which is a great thing if you have your credit intact, if you're able to borrow your way to prosperity, right? So the idea that if households and businesses are convinced that inflation is headed higher, resulting in a reduction of their future buying power, they would take steps to borrow, to borrow, spend, and invest their money sooner. So people that are in position, right? Let me put this statement in. Will take steps to borrow, spend, right, and invest their money sooner. People that's in position. Why? Because the Fed will keep interest rates for a lower time frame, right? Thank you so much, Jason Kendall, my king, for the $2.99 super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel and investing the time that I take to bring the up-to-date latest news to help you make the best decisions, right, that you can financially moving forward, because it's predicted that this recession will be worse than 1930 depression, right? Than the 1930s Great Depression, which has been the worst on record economic downturn ever recorded in history. But 2020, beginning in a couple of weeks, beginning October the 1st, right, will predict to be worse, right? Worse than the Great Depression. So you have to know what's going on. You have to keep an eye on the Fed, right? You have to keep an eye on what moves they're making, the downturn, and understanding that debt is the cheapest it could ever be right now. The cheapest it will ever would be if you're ever thinking about using the bank money to invest, right? However, because pricing may increase in other areas, it will be advantageous to you or an advantage to you, right, to also take advantage of this cheap money so you can have other forms of multiple streams of income. I really hate it for the people that took their advice to cut up their credit cards, right? Cut up their credit cards, and now they have no second form of income and they have no cash flow, right? And so the second part of this, so thank you so much for the super chat. And this is why we're informing people to go ahead and build your credit, because the credit crisis will coming and is here. And you don't want to be locked out of the best opportunity to have the greatest transfer of wealth. Yes, it's going to be unfortunate. Yes, it's going to cause many evictions. Yes, many people will lose jobs, homes, etc. But you will have to get to the point where you are able to make money online, especially during this quote unquote health pandemic, right? And so many Americans are not receiving the unemployment. Many Americans, I think I did my live stream saying that 5 million Americans will not receive the unemployment. But look at California. We got Jesus on for California. I don't know if any more Californians are in. And let's see the adjustments that they are doing with the unemployment as well. Nearly 300 a week unemployment benefits coming soon. Millions of Californians are out of work due to the pandemic, will soon receive a 300 weekly supplement unemployment benefit retroactive to August 1st. State officials said Thursday the federal or FEMA Emergency Management Agency approved California application. Mississippi application has been approved as well for 4.5 billion to cover at least 3 weeks of supplements after the 600 weekly payment has expired. And this is what I'm driving home, people. This $300 federal support is only looking to last. I see many states saying at least 3 weeks, right? California, this statement said the federal FEMA approved the application to cover at least 3 weeks of supplemental benefits after the 600 has expired. So it's saying California Unemployment Department will begin processing payments for eligible people and sending them out the week of September the 7th. What many other states are doing as well, right? However, from what I've been reading and researching, this is going to be a very short-lived unemployment. It will not last as long as the $600 did. So I would highly advise anyone to use that money to invest. So the week of September the 7th, they're supposed to start rolling out, and the eligibility is still up to grab. The $300 payment will be available for Californians who are currently eligible to receive at least $100 in weekly state unemployment benefits, have certified that they are unemployed or partially unemployed due to disruptions caused by COVID-19, right? So you have to be unemployed or partially unemployed due to these disruptions. Now, that's a very gray area that has not been defined as of right now, right? And so hopefully many people will be able to collect this. Let me try to find something else to kind of give you an idea. Hopefully it will last for more than 3 weeks. But I want to make sure that you all know that if you quit your job voluntarily, right? If it's freezing up, like I'm having some slow internet issues. Let me know if it's still freezing up. Having some internet issues, just some high winds today in Mississippi due to the hurricane passing through. So let me know if it's still freezing up. But if you quit your job, right, which many people were voluntarily, okay, thank you, spiritual man. Thank you so much. In hopes of receiving unemployment, I'm going to be honest with you. I heard some people who actually played that game. It's not going to work this second time around. Played the game, said they had to quit because they didn't have a babysitter. The children went out of school. Well, now some schools are open. It's about 62% of schools that are doing virtual remote learning, right? So you still have at least 35% of schools that's open, right? Doing traditional. So I'm not sure if that excuse, well, I won't say an excuse, but that reason, right, is going to last. Is going to last. So let me try to bring another more creditable article for you. Let's see the length of time of unemployment. More than 30 states are preparing. So hopefully around September 7th, that will come out. An extra 300 in unemployment benefits, but how long will it last? This article is written today, right? Today's date. And unlikely the earlier 600 unemployment benefits, some 1 million unemployed Americans will be ineligible. Listen at this. will be ineligible, right? 1 million American people will be ineligible for this $300 weekly boost. This is coming from Market Watch. More than 30 states have been approved through FEMA, right, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, to start distributing the extra $300 a week in unemployment benefits. The $300 federal aid on results from executive actions by President Donald Trump this month, when he signed his executive order. Check this out, from his golf club in New Jersey. The executive actions happened after Congress failed to replace the $600 a week unemployment benefits set in the CARES Act, which expired at the end of July. When negotiations broke down over a new phase of the relief package, the source of $300 is a $44 billion disaster relief fund set aside through FEMA, right? So, wow. And then now we have hurricanes in hurricane season, where a lot of that disaster relief fund will help with, including states that got hit today, like Lake Charles, Louisiana, those states, and for those national emergency or disaster relief. So states are guaranteed a minimum of 3 weeks worth of funding for the add-on benefit. So this is the second article that is stating that this unemployment will only last for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, people. It's not lasting like the CARES Act did. So what's the plan? What's your plan? If you're a person who currently have, no income, right? And maybe you thought, is it still freezing up? Maybe you thought this unemployment would last longer, but it's not scheduled to last for 3 weeks. Let me see. Okay, because I can't scroll down to my own comments. So 3 weeks, right? You all let me know. Someone make a comment to let me know if it's still streaming, if everything is still good. If it's still streaming, if everything is still good. Okay. All right, so it's looking like it may be. If it's still streaming, if everything is still good. Getting the echo though. Okay. All right. So let's go back. 3 weeks. $300 for 3 weeks. Say that again, $300 for 3 weeks, which is retroactive starting the week of August 1st. The deadline to apply for all states is September the 10th. So far, the only state that has indicated it won't be applying is South Dakota. So they're expecting the other 49 states, right, to apply. Now, there's one major setback, however, to this $300 in extra help. The add-on benefit is set to expire at the end of December, right? But funds are likely to dry up. People, this is not good news, right? I'm gonna change my topic after I upload this video to talk about this $300 in unemployment benefits, right? So this is more so breaking news. Put this in there. Put that new comment in. Okay, thank you. Now I can see it. Thank you. Hello, Gwen. All right, okay, the echo should be gone. All right. So more than 30 states are preparing to distribute an extra $300 in unemployment benefits. However, even though it initially wanted to last until the end or going into December, right, it's looking like it's only going to last for a couple of weeks. according to this article, because approximately 1 million unemployed Americans will be ineligible for the 300 add-on, given that they receive less than, wow. People, this is real. I didn't really intend to go here with this live stream. I'm going to change the topic. They're saying approximately 1 million unemployment Americans will be ineligible for the $300 add-on, given that they receive less than $100 a week of unemployment benefits. Wow, unbelievable. However, roughly speaking, since the benefits are now half of that amount, the government is expected to distribute 8.3 billion a week. At that rate, the 44 billion fund will be exhausted in less than 6 weeks. So they're looking at this to last anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks. Only 3 states, however, Louisiana, Texas, and Arizona, have started to distribute the add-on benefit as of Thursday. We said all 3 states voted for Trump in 2016, and Arizona is viewed as a key swing state in these presidential elections. Meanwhile, unemployment Alaskans who are eligible are likely to receive those funds, wow, in another 6 to 8 weeks due to computer reprogramming lag. Wow, unbelievable. So FEMA and the Department of Labor did not respond to the request regarding whether unemployment claimants in Arizona, Louisiana, and Texas will receive the $300 add-on benefit for more weeks than the claimants that live in states like Alaska. So collectively, the 3 states have distributed more than 740 million unemployment benefits as of Thursday, right? 25 billion of the funds being allocated for unemployment benefits are used up before the emergency weather related aid, the program will terminate. So if we have like natural disaster like today, hurricane will impact Louisiana heavily, parts of Tennessee, right? If that money allocated is used before the emergency weather related aid, then this program will terminate. And so there's a lot going on with FEMA, limited funding, and looking to last 3 weeks unemployment or 6 weeks maximum, right? 6 weeks maximum. And so if your credit is not prepared for the crisis, my question is, what are you going to do? Okay. Gwen says, I would like to know, what do I need equipment in to start a home-based business? Gwen, that's a great question. To start a home-based business, you can make it money right from your smartphone. Many people don't realize that. People invest I won't say invest. They spend up to $1,000 for a smartphone. That is very smart, right? That is very smart, but they don't make money. They're not using the smartness of the smartphone to make money. And speaking of a home-based business, so definitely attempt to get you some good, strong Wi-Fi. That will be an investment, especially if you're trying to do any live streams, brand yourself, educate people about the power of a home-based business, network marketing. We have, for my home-based business, a lot of private Zoom training, right? That goes on. So you'll have to tap into that Zoom training. And the thing that I like about an internet-based home-based business that I have that gives a financial education, you don't have to have any products or goods or overhead, right? And so I love that about the home-based business. So a laptop and computer would be bonuses, right? But it's not a necessity. You can have a smartphone and the internet, very low overhead, very low startup investment costs. And let me share this with you. I had some great Facebook posts today. So let me share that with you as well. Some states have been denied. Right now, spiritual man, no states have been denied, right? All states except South Dakota are expected to apply, right? South Dakota is stating that they will not apply, but that's not saying that their people will not get the benefits. They're saying that they just won't apply for the federal assistance through FEMA, right? And so again, with hurricane season, everything going on, FEMA is also set up for natural disaster. So those funds could very quickly be dried up, right? Another powerful video I want to share with you all. Here.
Invest in stuff like Bitcoin, land, you know what I'm saying? Property,
absolutely.
Things like that. Like I don't too much invest in outrageous things. Like just because somebody came and brought the idea to me, I might invest in it.
Yeah,
I might invest in a water company because they make rainwater. You know what I'm saying? Like a rainwater company. Stuff like that, like health stuff.
There we go. Things that people, it's either going to appreciate over time or people might need.
Exactly.
And to leave generation wealth.
Exactly. So, but the biggest thing you invest in is yourself. You're a brand now because of the internet. So social media made it where you're the brand. So if you can sell yourself and make money, it ain't no jobs out here. So you got to make your money online. Online pays. See, this is what online did. Online came and it made you be able to run the check up quick. You know how you had, like, let's say you were selling bricks. You had to re-up with bricks. You had to keep your re-up money, go buy 10 bricks. Online, you don't need no money. You could just, it's like white collar crime, you just run it up quick. You know what I'm saying? The internet, 1 million people can see you in 5 minutes.
That's crazy.
If you got the right content, and that turns into money.
Yep, real quick, just off the views.
Yeah. All right, so you said the right content turns into money. You don't need money to get in this internet home-based business. However, you should need credit because you can use your credit card and get started, right? What if I told you that a one-time investment of $228, right? Again, like this headline says, no jobs out there. You got to use the internet, right, and make money. And I teach about the power of the home-based business, the cash flow quadrant, all the time. Because if you don't have the cash flow, right, you won't be able to invest. That's just point blank. You can cut up your credit cards, but without the cash flow, you're going to be a broke person with no credit card, which is more dangerous than just being broke. Because now you're going to be broke, like for real broke, like seriously broke, because you don't even have a backup income. See, I call my credit cards my investing partners, my backup income source. I don't save cash currency in a checking account, not because I don't have $400 to do so for emergencies, but because of what I shared with you in the article earlier, that we will experience hyperinflation, which means high unemployment and high pricing, right? And so once you experience that, it makes no sense to keep your money in a bank that's earning little or no interest. Cash is the lowest yielding asset. It yields 0.03%. So why do you need cash? Cash is an asset, right? Cash is an asset, but it's just the lowest yielding asset. When you can use credit cards and get cash back for using them like you would a debit card, right? But if you do the reversal and use credit cards to purchase liabilities and not assets, right, then you would get the negative outcome of that negative action. So yes, Mar, you're going to be broke, You're going to be broke. You cut up your credit cards and don't have cash flow. You're going to be broke. Gwen says, okay, I would like to sign up on you so we complete our moving process. I'm completely working still and I would like to leverage my income. Okay, great. Let me share this link. The first thing, because you're still working, that you're going to get from this is certified IRS specialist that's going to analyze your paycheck. That's the very first place that you get a return on your investment. Analyze your paycheck and see if you have been paying or overpaying in your federal taxes in your paycheck. Now that you have, or my business partner in the home-based business, right? They're going to analyze your paycheck and add now 475 tax deductions, whereas as an employee, you will only have 15. So now you have 475 soldiers backing you when you work. So you're not working alone, right? You're not laboring harder, you're laboring smarter, and you're converting your paycheck, check this out, into passive income. I'm going to put this in the comments. You're converting your paycheck into passive income. Period. That's what you're doing. Converting your paycheck into passive income. So that's the link. Or you can just simply go to my website, www.fixmycreditandcash.com and click on the link, the tab that says home-based business. And we'll get you started, get you into our private Facebook group. The video I just showed you, the man was speaking about investing in land, real estate, generational wealth. They also have real estate land investing opportunities out of Antelope, California, right? If you don't want to be a landlord and deal with, rehabbing property or landlord issues, but you want to invest in generational investments, real estate, and helps you with a debt elimination plan and also a paycheck checkup plan, again, to convert your paycheck into passive income, right? That need to be a book title, How to Convert Your Paycheck into Passive Income. Because money made from leverage income versus labor income is the outcome you should look for so that you can save more of the money you make, and you also have the opportunity to leverage other people's talents, time, gifts, right? Knowledge about the home-based business. 10 different ways to get paid in this home-based business. Your paycheck checkup is just one. So I'm closing out. I just want to share with you all this last thought, that time is money. If I don't have any additional questions, Jesus says, just a quick question. I've been trying to figure out what I'm buying with crypto, a limited currency. Jesus, what do you mean by that? What's the limited currency? Because I really don't want to tell people what type of crypto or blockchain that I invest in, because they will try to go, I guess, and make those same investment moves. And I'm not a financial advisor. I don't like to give financial advice. I like to give people solid financial education and principles to increase their credit and their cash flow. And so I really don't want to just put out there what blockchain, altcoins, and cryptocurrencies, right? Most people just know about Bitcoin, but there are other altcoins, blockchains, right, that you can swing trade, right? Or invest in and get a higher rate of return for Bitcoin. I look at Bitcoin as a decentralized currency that's not controlled or doesn't have a lot of control through the federal government, right? And I do think Bitcoin will explode. I do, as far as price wise, and as well as I do gold and silver, right? But there are other cryptocurrencies. Um, I'm just like what gold is to the failing dollar, right? Is, let me say it this way, is what silver is to that gold, right? So gold is just as high. I mean, silver would be just as high return on your investment as gold, but you can invest in it at a very more affordable price, right? Because gold is about 2,000 an ounce. Silver is about $28 an ounce. And silver will give you a greater return on your investment. Likewise, I feel like I'm in English class. Likewise, Ethereum is to Bitcoin, right? What silver is to gold. That's just one cryptocurrency, though. Ethereum. Now you have those blockchains. So many people may want to invest in Ethereum because it's, $200+ right now. Whereas Bitcoin, I think took a dip at 11,200 the last time I looked at it today. So Ethereum is just one of the cryptos, right, that others who want more bang for their buck look to invest in. I do have other portfolio. I could start saying more altcoins, more stable coins, and more blockchains other than crypto, but that's in the crypto world. But I don't want to. That's when I start giving financial advice, and I don't want to get into that because most people don't have a solid financial education, right? Because the step one for me, for anyone, is to first convert your paycheck income into passive income. That's the very first investment you should make. Because if you're getting 30 to 40% tax on the money you're investing with, you're going to have to get that 30 to 40% return back. So the very first step is to learn how to convert your paycheck into passive income and start stacking and securing that 30 and 40% savings so you can use that extra money now to invest. You should not be looking to invest if you're still living paycheck to paycheck. And if you have not, right, have your paycheck converted into passive income. Because did you all know that the new updated tax returns, let me look that up, is going to require you to file any cryptocurrencies, capital gains for the taxation of cryptocurrency. I just can't get people to get in their heads that the biggest robber of wealth is your taxes. I cannot get people to understand it. People ask me about investing all the time. They never want to know what's going to steal the money, the rate of return from my investment. What's going to steal my wealth even if I make a good investment? The IRS has a new tax form out and it wants to know about your cryptocurrency. Released a new form. You have to complete, this is even 2019, but in 2020, your tax return, looking whether you acquired, exchanged, or sold a financial interest in virtual currency, right? Sent letter to taxpayers who made virtual currency transaction, telling them to pay back taxes and file a minimum return. Keep track of your transactions and your accounts basis. So what are you going to do then when the IRS want to know, okay, what was your capital gains return on your crypto investment? And now that money that you earn, you're going to have to pay back 30-40% of the profit in tax. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how you make your money. And yes, silver and gold is becoming less available now. You're right. So yeah, that's probably why they call your paychecks gross, right? That's probably why they call it your gross income, because it looks gross once you see how the Federal Reserve took your money away and you don't know how to secure it. And so I'm going to leave you out with these thoughts, and then I'm signing off. Time is money. Understand that, right? Time is money. This is how you manage your money to make more money. This is how you manage your money to make more money. Hang around split your time in these ways. 33% of people you can learn from, right? 33% of people you can teach, and always 33% of people you can grow with. Now, I wanted to put 33% of people you can earn from, but I stuck with the quote. So 33% of people you learn from, you can teach, and you can grow. Hey, this is my 45-minute time of fame, right? So I'm signing off. You all have a great night. This is to your credit and your cash flow, your health and your wealth, and your peace and prosperity. Queen of Credit out. You all have a great night.